Hello and welcome to Pitt Beyond the Script alongside head coach Pat Narduzzi. I'm Rob King. Plenty to get to. We're going to look at the Miami game, look forward to the Georgia Tech game. Let's start with the Miami game, and let's start with the outcome, just a general look at it. You guys have won so many close games down the stretch. This one didn't go your way.
It did, and I think our kids at the end felt like it was gonna. And, sometimes your luck runs out. We didn't finish a 4-minute drive on offense. We didn't finish a 2-minute drive on defense, and then we had another 2-minute drive that we could do it with whatever 54 seconds left to go, and we had some drops on that series and didn't finish the game. I mean, Maurice has got a ball that if he catches it over the middle, may split the safeties, may be all over.
Is it easier or harder in a game like this in which you say, look, turnovers gave them short field, drop passes lost us the opportunity to make some plays and score some points? Easier or harder to look at it and say, hey, these things were well within our control and we lost it?
Well, it's easier because you can sit in a Sunday night meeting with your kids going, the turnovers, 3 straight turnovers in a row in the first half, attributed to 10 points. Short fields, a 17-yard drive, which we've said this before, and a 34-yard drive. So they got 10 points out of it, and those things will kill you. So you got to protect the football, and you can't make those decisions. You're better off punting it on first down, and at least make them go, 70 on our defense. And a lot of people haven't been able to do that this year.
No, they haven't, and we'll talk about the defense coming up. But again, still important to remember, this is still a young football team, and we're still watching guys progress and get better. You pointed out in your weekly press conference you were happy with the way Malik Carter ran the football. You said you don't want him to be just a jet sweep guy. So explain what you meant by that and what you thought you saw in Malik this game.
Yeah, I mean, Malik's made some big plays out of the backfield, in the passing game. If everybody recalls that reception against Duke in the little spin move, and he's done some stuff on the outside runs, but we've been waiting for him to really turn it up inside, and he did Saturday. He had a huge third down conversion, maybe a 3rd and 2, where he put his head down and just went for the yard. He didn't look to score, every down.
Is that sometimes when a coach is looking at a game and when a fan's looking at a game, you might be looking at signs of progress differently than the fan sitting in the stands or watching on TV?
No question about it. And I told him he's going to, eventually hit his head on the goalpost. He's going to come through there. If he comes through with the velocity he has, he's going to pop one here real soon. The next, couple weeks, he'll pop one on us, and I think have a big explosive run inside if he continues to run like that.
Another good thing to see on the offensive side, because sometimes you have to kick field goals. Alex Kessman starts with the 54-yarder and 4 for 4, looked exceedingly comfortable and obviously extremely effective in this game.
And he knocked it through from 54 yards out. What a start for the Panthers.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. Again, as a football coach, we try to, make guys better. And when someone's down, you try to pick them up and you make them better. And to me, it's a great job by our kids sticking with Alex and not getting disappointed. He didn't get down on himself. He was able to put his cell phone, put it in the trash, and he was able to focus on what he needed to do to get better, and he did it.
I wanted to, since you're talking about guys who are getting better, I wanted to ask you about Patrick Jones, and we'll talk a little bit more about the overall defensive effort. But Patrick Jones is a guy who came in, played a couple of years ago. Last year, 3.5 sacks. This week, 2 sacks, now 7 sacks on the season. And it's got to be gratifying for you and your staff and for Patrick to see his development as a young man, as a player as well.
Yeah, we try to develop guys like that, and we thought he had a lot of talent coming out of high school. He's a very disciplined kid, works hard, came from a military family, and that's kind of what we want to do here at Pitt, is develop players. I mean, we're not always going to get those 4- and 5-star guys. We want to develop our guys, and I think we can turn any player offensively, defensively. We can develop and turn them into great players.
And overall, the defensive effort, I mean, this is just turning into one of the best defenses in the country that you're involved with this year. How would you grade the performance overall? I know you would have liked to have seen the team close things out at the end, but when you look up and you see less than 50% completion, Miami barely ran for 50 yards in this game. You have to be pleased with a lot of things that you saw.
No question. I mean, I think they had 2 conversions on 3rd down. I mean, it was a dominating performance by our defense, all except for 1 play. But unfortunately, you can't take that 1 play away, and it was a critical play in the game.
Panthers see the long winning streak come to an end, but still 5-3 and a chance to be bowl eligible. And coming up next, we're going to talk with Coach Narduzzi about the upcoming game against Georgia Tech and about a couple other players that stood out as well against Miami and have all season long, when we continue with Pitt Beyond the Script.